What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel where we are going to drink coffee and start our day on a positive note. So the first thing I'm going to say is we're going to talk about the 4 S's in success. Yes. And if you're not familiar, the reason I do these YouTube videos is I do have a podcast. So I will be linking similar podcasts to this post so that you can go listen to them after. So if we're talking about motivation, I'll link motivational podcasts. If we're talking about spirituality, I'll link the spiritual podcasts that I've done. If we're talking about weight loss, I'll link those below. But I just wanted to say a big reason I do YouTube is to kind of promote my podcast, but at the same time, also get some new content and strategies out there too. So anyways, today we are talking about how to set yourself up successfully. You can apply this to life. You can apply it to a new goal if you're going to start something new. And yeah, so first of all, I have all of these different bracelets on, but I wanted to show you the one my niece made because it's literally the cutest thing ever. Stop. Can we deal? Can we deal? When talent runs in your family. And I'm also obsessed with my new Gymshark thing. So the number one thing I'm going to say is my fiance was obsessed, still is obsessed with Gymshark. And he was buying all this stuff. And I was like, I don't even get what your obsession is. When something's trendy, for me, when something's trendy, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get on board. I'm just whatever. I'll just get leggings from TJ Maxx. I don't care. And he's like, you don't understand. This is high quality, lasts a long time. I'm like, whatever. So finally, he's getting all these outfits. And I'm like, so where's my outfit? Then I start getting jealous because I'm like, new outfit? Smells new. So he's like, fine, I'll get you something if you want something. So anyways, I got this new thing. I'm so excited about it. So cute. Gymshark. And it really is great quality. At first I wasn't sure how I was going to feel because I'm like, oh, I don't know. But it actually fit. It's stretchy. It's good material. It fit perfect. My biggest pet peeve is when I order a medium and it's an extra small. I'm like, okay, I didn't lie about my size. Girl, I know I'm a medium. Okay. I know I'm a medium. Okay. So anyways, I like when things actually fit, stretchy, durable. I feel like I could just chill and watch Netflix in it, but also actually go to the gym and not sweat through it. Know what I'm saying? So anyways, love it. Just wanted to throw that out there. And yeah, when my niece has her own little shop, I'll let you know because we're making her a little boss. So anyways, let's get into it. Let's make you a boss. You're enough about your 9-year-old niece that is super talented. I know. So anyways, I feel like she gets it from her aunt, but I'm just going to throw that in there. So let's get into it. Number one. So I'll run through basically how I came up with this and how I work this strategy into my own life. So number one is self, and number 2 is set. Number 3 is supply, and number 4 is stabilize. So you're like, why did you come up with all that? And what does that mean? Well, first of all, I want to get you motivated. But today, when I sat down to think about what our conversation would be this morning, what our little pep talk would be this morning, is it starts with yourself. Self-empowerment is the most important thing to have, but the most precious gift you can give yourself. A lot of the times we give our power away. And I'm just going to bring this up because this is what my life is right now. Right now I'm trying on wedding dresses. Now, your girl has never tried on wedding dresses. I went for the first time with my mom and I really had this one style in mind. So while I was there, for the most part, I tried on that style, just a certain style that I was looking at. Now going for my second round, I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit more open. I want to see different styles, but I still have not, I don't know exactly what I want. So you're like, Chelsea, why are you telling me this? Because right now, opinions don't matter. And you're like, oh my God, you're a bridezilla. Pause. Opinions are important. If your boss gives you feedback, that's important. If your fiance says, hey, this, what you did really bothers me, that's important. Like feedback, opinions, things like that are important. But nothing is more important than yourself, your self-confidence, your self-empowerment, and how you feel. So the reason I say this right now is I feel like when we set a goal, whether we want to make more money or we want to try a new project or we're trying to get a promotion or we want to set some health goals, right? Or some healthy mentality goals or relationship goals or whatever it is, we forget and we leave ourselves behind. So nobody knows you more than you. No doctor, scientist in the world can tell you more about you than you. You might be thinking, my mom knows everything about me. She'll know what I like. You should know what you like. And that's where I'm like getting the self from, because I think a lot of people have to center into that before they can even begin to set any type of goal or set a plan or whatever. So I bring up the wedding dress thing, for example, because the first time I just went with my mom. And even though I kind of asked my mom, like, oh, what do you think? What do you think? It was really more about like the fit, like, what do you think of this fit? But for the most part, like, I'm picking my dress. I don't really care what anybody else thinks. I don't care. Call the president. I don't care. So the reason you have to have that attitude, though, is it will not be you. It will not be yours. All of a sudden, you will be in a dress that pleases 5 different people, and you'll be stuffed and uncomfortable. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's much like life. If you don't take your personal power with you to the goal that you're about to set, you will not have any clarity. You will do things that will self-sabotage you. You will give into things that don't feel right. So you won't take your moral compass, is what I'm saying. You won't take what you truly want with you, because you'll be like, oh, you'll dip into like, well, I guess I should do this. And I know it's something that like sounds a little bit aggressive. It kind of treads that thin line of like cocky versus confidence, but I'm telling you, like, your self-empowerment is the most important thing. So now we're going like round 2, and I literally told everybody that's going, like, your job is to be a listener. So your job is to be a listener. Like, just listen to the lady when she's talking and just listen. If I'm saying I don't like the fit of this and I don't like the back of that, then you just heard I don't like this dress, next dress. Like, your job is to listen. That's it. That's it. Just ears, people, eyes and ears. So I know that sounds aggressive, but if people start talking and giving me opinions, I'm going to be swayed because I'm very new to it. And I know that. So know yourself first, set that up first. And the reason we can apply it to weight loss too is if you don't develop a sense of self-love and respect, you will automatically have no self-control and no discipline. So you won't do the things that you need to do to get to where you want to be. For example, if you want to set a weight loss goal, but you don't have enough respect for yourself to not give into some self-sabotaging behaviors that you know you need to address, then you're never going to make it past 3 days on that plan. Why? Because you didn't bring your self-empowerment, your self-respect, and your self-love. So I believe that although you can listen to some motivational podcasts that I have, you can listen to these videos, you can listen to Tony Robbins, you can listen to anybody you want to listen to, I think the reality is you have to listen to you. And so that's why number 1 is self. You're the only one that's ever going to know yourself. I know you think your doctor knows more than you, but that's not true. You're the only one that has that access to, how do I really feel about this? What is my gut telling me? What's my intuition telling me? So access that, and that's going to be a superpower. So the next thing is set it up for success. Everybody has we all have different lifestyles. We all lead different schedules. Some people are not going to be 4 a.m. risers because they just went to bed because they are new parents. I mean, your lifestyle is going to change over time. Like for me, I'm personally taking advantage of my lifestyle right now. So I don't have kids and I'm well aware of that. So I capitalize on sleep. So I know at one point in my life, I probably won't get any. But here's the thing, set yourself up for success based on your lifestyle. I think a lot of times we see these like different programs that we want to do, but it just doesn't work with your lifestyle. So a great way to set this up, and I always use like the mentor idea when this comes to mind. I always think about this, but whatever your goal is, look at somebody who's really similar to you. Maybe they are, came from a similar background or a similar path. For me, like I like a lot of motivational speakers that like kind of come from similar, like little rough background, because that makes me feel a little bit more connected to them, but also it shows it shows me different habits that they've developed to get to where they want to be, so that I can say, I like this and I like this. That wouldn't work for me. So what am I saying? Before you set a goal, take a look at somebody who's actually done it. Like this person that lost 50 pounds, or this person that used to work a desk job and lost 35 pounds still working that desk job. Like there are just things that you can look at and say, oh, okay, this person did it this way. But then from there, again, the reason I started with self is you don't want to just copy what that person's doing. Nobody has the blueprint to success or the pink print to success. But what you can do is take a look at some habits that that person has, and then set yourself up for success by mimicking some of those habits. Like, for example, when I wanted to lose weight, certain things I couldn't do right away. Like some people are really extreme with it. Like I cut all processed food and I cut all sugar and I cut all alcohol. I couldn't do that at first, but what could I commit to, and what were other people doing? Some people did like 30-day no excuses, hit the gym every single day. And I was like, I can do that. But I also had to set myself a little baby benchmark, meaning on the days that I don't get to the gym, because we know that that's going to happen, right? Like plan B type of thing. What's my bare minimum? Like, what will I do? And then I set up like almost like a sidestep to my goal, because that way there I was still completing the act of exercising every day, but just knowing that maybe I wouldn't have the energy to be in the gym every single day, or even time in my schedule at the time to be there every day. So what could I do instead? I could do an at-home workout, and I would promise myself that I would do that for 20 minutes. So number one is set yourself up for success by looking at your overall lifestyle, maybe looking at somebody who has done it and taking a look at their similar habits. And it does not mean that you need to do no excuses, 30 days, all this stuff, because we're going to talk about this in a second. But take the habits that you feel like you could really commit to for the next 30 days and try it out. So the next thing is going to be supply. Supplying yourself with motivation is huge, but it has to come from, again, self. So of course you want to listen to fun music, and you want to be around like minds, and you want to talk to people that have similar goals, and you want to journal, your feelings and your thoughts on things, especially as you lose weight. A lot of people don't realize they're losing a mentality. It's the mentality that kept the weight on your body for so long, that kept you out of the gym for so long, that kept you from trying to pursue that for so long. Like it's always your mentality that you're losing. So it's not just like your, it's not just weight, it's weight off your mind. Like, and I always say that, but sometimes the weight you need to lose isn't on your body at all. So supply yourself with a healthy dose of positive energy. So things that you can do right now, for example, is track how much you're on social media, track how many videos you watch on YouTube. Of course, I want you to listen to my podcast and watch my videos, but I don't want it to be to the point where it's excessive or no longer motivating you, right? Then what would be the point of jumping on here and trying to motivate you, right? That's the opposite of my goal. So it's not about over consuming anything. So look at the areas where you do that, whether it's television, whether you're on your phone too much, you're on social media too much, you're not outside enough, or you find yourself scrolling and then it's been 40 minutes and your workout could have been done. That was me for a long time. I would be like scrolling and I'm like, if I was just on my elliptical while I did that, I would be 40 minutes into a workout. So the next time you want to write an email from your phone and you're getting into like work mode, because I've done that too, where, okay, I'm checking emails and I'm doing this and I've got to write this person back and I've got to do this. Just get on the bike, or like get on the elliptical, or get on the treadmill, or go for a walk while you're doing it. Because if you're moving, while you're doing it, you'll get it done and you'll be like, oh, wow, I'm like halfway through a workout. So obviously supply yourself with positive energy, but take a look at the things that drain your energy. So look at your supply of energy overall. It's not just about supplying yourself with positive energy, it's looking at your overall supply. What drains me, what motivates me. And for me personally, like I set a goal for myself, like 20 minutes on social media. That's it. There are certain things that I do that energize me, whether that's talking to a certain friend on the phone, making time for that, setting plans for the future, working on projects like getting to the gym once a week or something like that versus a home workout and getting 2 outdoor workouts in or whatever it is, whatever I'm focused on that week. I think you have to look at what supplies you with energy. So as much as I didn't want to admit it, scrolling on my phone takes my energy, and going on my back deck and sitting in the sun and reading a book supplies me with energy. So take a look at that. Take a look at what supplies your energy and what takes away from it, and then just adjust accordingly. So the next thing is stabilize. Your new routine should be something that you can actually do for 30 days and not feel hungry, deprived, sad, and whatever. Your wellness wheel is all about how you feel. So you need to get sleep and water and rest and salads, but you need wine and you need pizza and chicken wings and all the good things, right? So even though I'm saying like pay attention to your social media, you don't actually have to delete it. And I have experience with that. I actually like disabled my accounts for 30 days. A lot of people said it helped with mentality. I think for me personally, being a social person, having a podcast, connecting with people, I didn't really see that it was like this huge thing where you have to like delete your social media and go off the grid. It would be like leaving my house now and going into the mountains. I don't really need to do that to live a healthier lifestyle and get balance out of my lifestyle. So what am I saying? It needs to be something that really you can stabilize in the long term. And when I deleted my social media, I kind of felt out of the loop, to be honest with you. So checking in for 20 minutes, saying hi to a friend, being social on social media, I don't think that's a bad thing. But you have to really think about what works for you. So maybe you still watch TV, but you'll skip the commercials, or maybe you will plug your phone in across the room while you watch something on Netflix. Like instead of doubling up on the screens, maybe you take some time to slowly but surely implement something a little bit healthier. But of course, it should always be something that you can really stabilize. And I brought up the social media thing because for 30 days, I was like, I'm missing out. Like I really did miss it. And I did feel like super left out. Although I got more done, I just found that I was channeling my energy into like work and more projects and stuff like that. So yeah, you have to do what is actually considerable to you, but also something that you can truly like stabilize in the long run. So for me, I think 20 minutes a day is totally fine on social media. And I think checking in with your friends and like seeing what's going on is fine too. So anyways, self, set, supply, stabilize. That's our pep talk for today. If you like this pep talk, I always talk about like learning new challenges, 30-day programs, like all the different things that I've tried on my blog. So I'll link my blog below. You can check out my blog posts. Just click in randomly because I'm always talking about something random. It's like GIF City. So if you like blogs that are just like entertaining and funny, you'll like my blogs. But then most importantly, click on my podcasts that are similar. So like this one would be more about like motivation and kind of like weight loss mentality and weight loss motivation, but in a way that it can apply to everything. So I feel like this tip or these tips for today, the 4 S's in success, really apply to anything in your life that you're trying to do. So if you're trying to start your own business, you really got to get in touch with yourself first before you set the goal, and then really look at your supply of energy, positive and negative, and not just positive and negative, but like what drains your energy and what charges your energy. Get that in balance first. And then of course you want to stabilize whatever you plan to do. It has to be something that you can continuously do. For example, like with the podcast, I was like, in the beginning I was trying to podcast like every day. And then I was like, you know what? It's something that I can definitely do weekly. So now it's something that I do weekly. With blogging, I realized pretty quickly I wanted to, again, do it every single day. But you only have so much energy. So I realized it's something I can do monthly. So I think over time, as you like find your way with working out, with career, with hobbies, with passions, you start to figure out like what's going to be a stabilizing schedule and activity for yourself. So for me, like I know there are days where I'm going to need to rest from the gym and whatever. So just make sure whatever you set up for yourself, it's so important that you remember how you're feeling and all that good stuff. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we had a great positive pep talk. Again, you run today. Don't let anybody take your power. If you need to, go into the bathroom, collect yourself, and just remember, like, this is me. Like this, I'm the captain now. Like you need to give yourself that pep talk in the morning. So you run the day always, and just remember your personal power with everything, and like I said in the beginning, like opinions are important. You should take that into consideration. You should respect and love people that care for you and want to give you an opinion. But the self part is so huge. Like nobody knows your internal compass more than you. And that's why I'm all about self-empowerment, because you know the answer, but you'll go ask 15 people, but you know the answer already. And I used to do that all the time. And my friends would be like, so if you're not going to take my advice, like, why are you even asking me? And I'm like, because I'm just clarifying that I'm right. Like sometimes it makes you feel better to like get that outside opinion, but for the most part, ditch it. It's not necessary. Meditate on it. Give it to the universe. Give it to God. Ask your spirit guides. Be like, please guide me to the highest, best solution, and you will be guided. But I feel like that self-empowerment pep talk right away with everything you do, especially in the morning, is so important. So go out there, enjoy your day, and I will see you on our next video. Don't forget to click below. I have a ton of podcasts down there for you. I have blog posts down there for you. And then also, you can check me out on Apple, Pandora, Spotify. It's just the same name as my YouTube channel. Chelsea Swift is your spirit animal, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers.